go again. Coach Dave, I think, and Accordion Cool. I think that's what the sign says anyway. And so we do have a little bit of a theme today. I don't know if that first song will clue you in. Of course, that was How High the Moon, which is a great Jeopardy question. Of course, the answer would be 240,000 miles, and of course the question would be how high the moon, and can you imagine that, 240,000 miles away from us? Oh well. And that came from that was around 1940, from a Broadway show, and it's been sort of a jazz classic through the years. Our next tune, well, our theme obviously is moon songs. It's called Moon Glow. Moon Glow. Now this song gets mixed up with another song. It's from 1933. However, there was a movie called Picnic, and this song was actually played, I guess, in the movie. And a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, Moon Glow theme from Picnic." Well, no, nay. Picnic was the theme from Picnic. I don't happen to play that tune, but Moon Glow was just happened to be played in the movie, so that's where the confusion reigns supreme. So a little bit of Moon Glow, well, the whole thing. Here we go. Afterglow, 1933. It's not a song you hear a lot nowadays, but it's still out there, and then a lot of the jazz guys playing it. Well, this next tune I know I've done several times on the show, but it fits the category. What can I say? Written in 1934 by a songwriting duo, Rodgers and Hart, and I've mentioned many times that a lot of the songs they've written are favorites of mine. This notwithstanding, now there's a story to this song, and I won't go through the whole thing because I've probably done it several times. But it was originally written to be part of a movie starring Mae West. Now, for you young folks, Mae West was kind of like the female bombshell of the 30s and 40s. Project fell through. Year later, somebody comes in and says, "I heard you got this great song. I'm working on a project and I'd love to use it. The only thing is would you write new lyrics?" Well, this happened 3 more times. Project fell through. Another guy. Project fell through. Third time, fellow comes in and says, same thing. I heard you had this great song. I want to use it in my project. There's only one thing, and Lorenz Hart, who is a lyricist, says, "Yeah, I know, new lyrics." And they did, but this time it was the gem, and it worked, became one of the all-time great tunes. Simple tune, basically. Even Elvis recorded this song, and there was a rock and roll version, which shall remain, shall we say, under the table somewhere, because it wasn't very good. Little tune called Blue Moon. Let's see if I get the right button pushed here, and we'll see what it sounds like. That song is written in the mode of what we call 1-6-2-5. Da 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 da. And don't ask me to sing. And a lot of songs were written like that, especially in the 50s. That was very well used. And remember the Everly brothers, Don and Phil Everly. Just about every song they did was in that 1-6-2-5 mode. But hey, worked for them. You know, probably made, I don't know if it made them millionaires or not. I don't know if you could make $1 million in the 50s in music unless your name was Presley or something like that. But anyway. All right, we're going to move along, and hopefully I pushed the right buttons, and I think I did. This next tune, written in 1944, and it's about one of our neighboring New England states. It's called Moonlight in Vermont. Now this has is like the unofficial state song of Vermont, was played at all big functions and occasions up there. Now this is it's a different tune. Most every song has 32 bars or 32 measures, which we call, divided into sections of 8. Moonlight Vermont's a little different. They got a bunch of six bar or 6 measure sections. And I remember when I was recording with Paul Bish, the late Paul Bish. He was the recording engineer. And when we did a couple of albums, and when we were recording, he would always lay down, as they say, the drum track first, and then I would play to what he recorded in the drum track. So he laid down the drum track, and we're doing Moonlight Vermont, and I'm playing it. And I got through the first part. He says, wait a minute, that's not right. I said, yeah. Do it again. So I did it again. No, it's still not right. Well, come to find out, this whole 6 bar or 6 measure thing is something you don't really realize. So he had laid down the drum track for 8 measures. So, I get to the 6th and then start again. Of course, it's all screwed up. So, lesson learned, lesson learned. Everything's always not what it seems to be. So, little Moonlight in Vermont. In Vermont. And also something ironic about that song is the words don't rhyme. Pennies in the stream, falling leaves of sycamore, moonlight in Vermont. Don't rhyme, but it works. It works. All right, well, this next tune, 1961, from a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's. And a gentleman named Henry Mancini wrote the song. And of course, it became a huge, huge hit. Now, this song is written as a waltz. Now, you know, Coach Dave doesn't play a lot of, well, don't play any waltzes, maybe some of the Christmas songs. So I was on a gig a few years ago, and this woman says, "Can you play Moon River?" And I says, "Well," I says, "I can, but I'm not sure if you like the way I play it." She says, "Oh, no." She says, "In any way you play it will be wonderful." So I played it, and she liked it, and everybody was happy. So Moon River, Breakfast at Tiffany's, 1961. Moon River, Coach Dave way. Of course, Henry Mancini is probably spinning in his grave, but that's okay. All right, well, we're getting down towards the end of our time here, and our last song you've heard, I'm sure, on this show many times, one of my favorites. Also, this song started out life as a waltz, written in 1953. It was called In Other Words. Got, you know, fairly popular. In 1963, some guy named, I can never think of this guy, he wasn't that well known, Sinatra. He recorded In Other Words, but you know, old Frankie's not going to do any silly waltzes, so he changed the name, or took the name from some of the other lyrics and words, and did it in 4/4 time. A little tune called Fly Me to the Moon. Here we go. got to kind of fly out of here right about now. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, tuning in, listening in, however it is you get our little program here. And, of course, not to be forgotten, the big guy behind the glass that makes me look good, if I look good, Mr. Austin Ricketts, who's been producing this show for, oh my goodness, almost a decade, I would think. Emily Johnson was my very first producer, and she went on to bigger and better things. And Austin's been behind me for a long time, so like I said, if I look good, it's up to the big guy. So let's take it home with a little, oh, I know, Fly Me to the Moon. We could do that.